We're back, back from the range and back from everywhere. We're here to stay and we're not leaving. So we're here on the Tuesday night, and next week we'll be on another night. So tune in, stay tuned. We're going to talk about how to reload, how to start reloading ammunition. Also, some prizes that these stupid House and Congress people are doing too. We'll see when we get back. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know we're live right now. That's funny. That's so funny. They can see it after. You know what I'm saying? But
Producing content. Producing
yeah,
content.
we're producing content. Before we go any further, let's thank the sponsor of the show, and that is SaberTeamTactical.com. And type in SaberTeamTactical.com. And on the front, you notice we are a partnership with Right to Bear. And Right to Bear is a protection program. It's not an insurance. If you get involved in any type of altercation, like a fisticuffs weapon or even a shooting, and you have to defend yourself. Even if you're found guilty, Right to Bear will still defend you and protect you and bail you out of jail, and will not ask for a your money back. And if you use promotion code Saber, you'll save $2 a month on the membership. So check it out, and don't be afraid to ask any questions. Me and Al are members, and it is an excellent program. You can't go wrong there. And it's a must. If you carry a gun, carry a knife, pepper spray, any type of weapon, or if you guys are a jujitsu master and all this other stuff, you still need this. You know what I'm saying?
If you have the mindset of fighting back and defending yourself, you need this.
Yeah.
It's for that time when you did everything right, and then people are still looking at you and want to know why.
Especially if you get caught in Fulton County,
Yeah,
you're going down.
the cab.
You're going down. They got a liberal district attorney. You will be prosecuted.
Yep.
All right. Here we go,
All
Al.
right.
Go ahead.
Yep. 1-on-1. That's our bailiwick. That's what we do on a regular basis. We really have gone a nice tight group of people that we train on a regular basis, and we are proud of that. Any of the topics that you see on our website, you can ask, and we can put those out for two or more people. Hell, we'll do it for you. If you come out and you want to do concealed carry only, we'll work on you. You want to do basic firearms, we'll work with you. Anything that we put out, anything we do, rifles, only except for stop the bleeding. We'll work with you. We'll show you that, but we won't go through the whole class unless we have six or more people for that one. That's something that's a little bit more detailed. Go down a little bit.
Oh,
Yep, Amar, you doing it? You're getting
okay. Yeah, I'm on. You know where I'm at.
And then we got the shotgun. Again, all these topics that we'll go through. Our rifle and tactical gear class. I think we have 4 people sign up for that already, and spots.
Yeah, they haven't officially signed up, so
So it's still wide open.
it's still wide open. So jump in and jump in now. I'm going to make a online post tomorrow talking about the rifle.
Well, we know 2 that said they were coming definitely, and then the other 2 they've been talking.
I'm
about
not
for a
holding
while.
spots.
I'm not telling you to hold a spot.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that
Oh, okay.
we can definitely have some good people out there.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good people out there. They're definitely gonna sign up. So, but they got to sign up soon because it's November 18th and it's right around the corner. And but I will not be holding spots.
Well,
So
you know how Marines are, bro.
yeah, I know. Always late for
First
party.
on the island, last to get off. Some shit like that. Where
Yeah, them
that
guys.
class is coming up November 18th, and it's a big to do. So you have to be able to handle your rifle, any malfunctions. If the rifle is not firing, you got to figure it out. You don't baby or
Yeah,
bottle anybody out there during that time.
no.
You got to keep it running. You got to keep it hot. You got to have at least 7 magazines to get through it. You have to consider yourself an intermediate and prove it. As simple as that.
hmm
Simple as that.
And also too, you can bring 22s conversion kits for
Hmm.
your ARs and pistols. You better have 7 magazines for them.
Hmm.
Don't come out there with one or two magazines for those conversion kits and think you're going to run through that course. It's not going to happen.
Hmm.
And so the reloading is you have to do the reloading. It's there for a reason, and I want it to be done. So if you need ammunition, you better start buying it now. There's a lot of
Hmm.
places that still have it out here at good prices. Don't pay the inflated prices for ammunition, but you can still get ammunition at some good prices.
And
And
you
it's
can run multiple rifles too, if that's the case.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if you have one in one caliber and one in another caliber, both semi-automatic, of course, but
right.
you can flip through those two.
Oh, if you're a badass, you won't come out there with a lever action. That's on you. No boat actions. No
Yeah,
boats. Yeah.
yeah.
I ain't got time for
That's
all that.
yeah.
That's a little bit too
That's
much.
even that's in between how the West was won and World War I or some shit.
Right. It ain't for this
Yeah,
class.
that's weird.
If you're curious about the class, click on that green tab. It's got a loadout with the breakdown of the class is, and you must have everything on that loadout in order to take that class. You got to be an intermediate to advanced student. And like I said, we're maxed out at 6. So
There's a reason for that.
yeah. And this class, it's a real class. So nobody else is
All
teaching
day,
this all
all
day.
day.
So be ready for it. All right. So also too, go to the top and click on laser engraving. And um, you know what? I go get where I'm at. I'm gonna be someplace. I got a show I'm doing on Saturday. Hold on, right back.
So, and then we were surrounded. We were surrounded. We
Should have
went
been
down to
prepared,
our
but I
left.
wasn't.
Oh, I was just in my grandpa's story.
Oh, you were? Go ahead.
I was
Tell
just
it.
making up some
Oh,
shit.
okay. There I was. So
Exactly. That's it.
you can watch that video. I do plaques, dog tags, magazines, and other novelty items. Hit me up at saberteamtactical@gmail.com. I'm going to be at, let's see, Bethlehem United Methodist Church on 760 Hurt Road in Smyrna on Saturday, November 11th from 10 to 4 p.m. And that's actually Veterans Day. And so I have a booth set up there, and I'm gonna be selling a lot of the stuff. Me and the wife are gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there all day. So if you're in the area and you want to know where I'm at, just shoot me a text or something. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll let you know where I'm at. And we're making a bunch of these. These. Let me get this out of the way.
Hmm.
Boom. We're making a bunch of these ammo boxes. I got 45, 22, 9 millimeter, 40 S&W, and some 223. So these novelty ammo boxes, they're good for Christmas presents and stuff. So if you guys want to get some man stuff, you know what I'm saying, or your wives want to get your man some man stuff, don't be afraid to come out and pick some stuff up. And we're going to thank a couple guys on. Thank you, 702. Good evening to you. WK, good evening to you.
Good
And
evening.
we see you, Coach. It's 702.
Yep.
Yeah, we see you guys also on Rumble too. Thank you guys for watching both channels. We appreciate that. We're getting some hellified numbers on YouTube, believe it or not. On
Mm.
it's YouTube is actually picking up for some reason. I think it's all the complaining I've been doing,
Yep.
and their weekly reports has been crazy. And WK is saying y'all hit the thumbs up button on YouTube and Rumble. for us, please. We are currently broadcasting on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We're still on Kick, Al,
There
believe
you
it or
go,
not.
bro.
And
They haven't
uh,
listened to us yet.
hmm?
They haven't listened to us yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they haven't listened to us yet. And Rumble. We're gonna see how long we can get away with that without being thrown
Hmm.
off. Yeah, I'm not saying a word on there. You know what I'm saying? And like WK, hit the thumbs up button, please, and it helps us out. Before we go into that, we got something we want to show you guys. These MFs in the Senate and the House, Democrats, they decided to come up with this bill. It's called the what is it called again now?
It's the ammo.
Oh, it's
Ammo.
the ammo ban they're coming up with. And they trying to slip these guys did a simultaneously hit in the House and the Senate at the same time. So they're trying to slip this through both at the same time on both of them. I'm gonna let you guys watch these two pathetic
No, no,
individuals.
no, 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 no. Don't,
No,
don't, don't push them one way or the other. Let them absorb it and
let
see
them.
for themselves.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you watch these two outstanding
There you go.
individual Congress and House members. Yeah, I forgot Al.
Don't taint them. Don't taint them.
Yeah, I can't take them. Yeah, I can't do that. And you got let me know if you guys can hear this or not.
Hey everyone, it's Congressman Robert Garcia, and I'm here with Senator Elizabeth Warren, and we're really proud today to introduce the Ammo Act. The Ammo Act restricts bulk sales of ammunition across the country. It makes sure that retailers who are selling ammunition have the same federal licensing as folks that are selling guns, and it ensures that people that are buying ammunition go through some type of background check.
Because here's the deal. Right now, there are no federal restrictions on sale of ammunition. And that makes no sense at all.
As we know, thousands of people across the country lose their lives to gun violence every single year, and conservatives in Congress continue to do absolutely nothing.
Right? Think about that. Thousands of communities that are shattered, families that are torn apart. Gun violence is now the leading cause of death for our children. Look, we just need some sensible laws in place to have better gun safety. And that's what our bill is all about.
We need to take these critical steps to ensure that we save more families and kids from gun violence. And I want to thank you, Senator Warren, for all your leadership on this.
Let's get this done.
Let's get this done.
Get this done.
They're trying to save lives, guys. Your lives.
Yeah, all the gangbangers in Chicago, all the gangbangers in Baltimore and Washington D.C., New York, they can't wait till this gets passed. They can't wait.
So
Come on, man.
it'll be the same as California. You gotta have a FFL in order to sell ammunition.
Same
You
thing
can't
in Illinois. They have that
Yeah.
Ford card.
Me and Al can't sell ammunition to each other. It's no straw purchases.
Right.
And you can only obtain 50 rounds. It depends, like 50 cal and 1,000 rounds of normal ammunition
Right.
for right now. So there you go, guys.
Mhm.
And especially all you new guys, if you guys are just paying attention to the show and just tuning into the show and just listening to it, and you guys are in support of those people and they say they never come after your guns, there it is right there in black and white and 4K. I just showed you. They're coming after your
There's a
guns.
certain president that made a comment, and I heard it first from a comedian almost 15 years ago who said, if you take away all the bullets, the guns are useless.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's, and again, when we have to remember that they're not playing the short game, they're playing a long game.
Long
If it
game.
takes 15, 20 years from today and they get their results, that's a plus. They're
Mm-hmm.
not trying to do this immediately. They're
No.
trying to, like you said, they slid it in when everybody was looking left. They brought
Mm-hmm.
it to the right.
Right. And yeah, and that's what they're doing right now. And they know it's not going to pass, but they're in their last throws because they know hopefully everything is about to fold on these people.
All you gotta
You
do
know
is
what I'm
look at the
saying?
polls.
Yeah, according to the polls and everything that's happening,
Mhm.
they know they're about to lose everything if they don't try to slip this through right now. And they know they can't go after guns because what's happening, even the progressive people are buying guns. You know what I'm saying? And because what happened in Israel, now you had a whole new sanction of people buying guns that didn't even want to have guns. So they're just like, well, forget the guns. We're just gonna go after the ammunition. You know, and the ammunition.
Common denominator is ammunition.
And if you notice, the ammunition prices are slowly creeping up. They're going higher and higher and higher. So I do recommend you guys don't panic buy and buy stuff that's overinflated prices. But I do recommend you picking some stuff up at the normal prices and picking it up while you can. You know what I'm saying? Because things are about to get worse. And I think they're going to dry up, especially 5.56 and 9mm. It's getting ready. As long as this war goes on in Israel, that stuff is going to be going to start disappearing. You know, and every retailer is distributor is saying buy it now because they don't know when they're going to be able to get any more.
Right.
Especially 5.56 and 2.23.
Well, really, unless they get to a crunch, 5.56, because 2.23, the military doesn't no use for that right now.
No, they don't use. But they're not producing it in a, big
in quantities.
Big volume.
From what I understand, and I know WK knows a lot of this because we spoke about this before. Whoever runs Lake City, and I think right now it's Winchester, whoever runs that, they make a certain amount that goes to the government contract, and then whatever is an abundance gets sold to commercial, right?
Right, but they have stopped selling to commercial.
No, they have.
That's the problem.
They put out a thing,
no.
bro.
That was a lie. That was a lie. I have triple confirmed that. That was a complete lie.
Lake City stopped selling.
Because what happened was Winchester is being
in charge of the contract right now.
No, hold on. Winchester was gonna get treated like Bud Light because people were calling for a boycott because of what Winchester, that rumor that came out. So Winchester put out a statement and stated, I saw the statement and stated that no, this is not true. But if you go and talk to the distributors and the ranges, they're all saying, yes, it's true. Go on the ground and talk to the guys, and the guys are all saying, yes, we cannot get 5.56 right now. You know what I'm saying? And they're having a hard time.
Right. I can understand the hard time, but it's still operational. It's not like they shut it down.
Oh no, they didn't shut it down. They're operational.
That's what I'm saying. They're not. They haven't. People are saying they canceled contracts to civilians, and they didn't.
No, they did. They took their money, but they're not fulfilling orders right now.
What I'm saying to you is, this is what happens. This is why they have to produce. Right. If they produce, and currently they produce 30% of the consumer market ammunition. When they produce that ammo, if they make 100% and they give 70% goes to the military and the other 30% goes to commercial. If they only get to 65, nothing goes to commercial. If they get to 70, nothing goes to commercial.
Nothing is going to be going to commercial. I'm telling you that right now.
Right, but it's not because they can't.
Because they're trying to fulfill an order for an army.
Right, and they're trying to fulfill an order for an army also in Israel as well,
and our army too.
Right.
So it's no way.
There's that.
It's no way they're going to give civilians.
I heard a bunch of.
Because what they're giving to Israel
is not true.
What they're giving to Israel should be coming to us, but it's not. Right. So there's our ammunition over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing, but I'm just saying it wasn't a shutdown to say we're not selling to consumers anymore. They didn't do that.
No, they haven't given none of the money back. Let's answer some of these chats real quick. 702 says Pocahontas. Yep. Clown. Yep. Your favorite. 702 says 12 gauge is still cheap. Yes, it is. Double aught buck is very cheap. If you got a double aught buck, go ahead and get it. Slug rounds. You got armor piercing rounds. Get it all. It is super, super cheap right now. And WK said 9mm also is on the ban. I've been watching 9mm very closely, and they haven't. There's a lot of places that still haven't raised the price on 1,000 rounds. It's still, well, it did go up. It's slowly creeping to $300 or 1,000. So now it was $249 just a couple weeks ago. Now it's went up to $299. So it's creeping. It'll be over 300 here pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And 702 says time for alternate calibers like 6.5 Grendel. Yeah. You got 300 blackout. You got you can still get 5.7 at 42 cents a round. And so a lot of people ain't paying attention to that. You can actually get an upper receiver for an AR for 5.7. If you don't have the pistol, and you can still buy a 5.7 pistol from Palmetto for $3.99. You know what I'm saying, or less. So I mean, it's a lot of things you can do, and to offset that. You know what I'm saying? And
let's see what the prices are currently. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
What's that?
Next, you got CCI 9mm bulk ammo, 1,000 rounds, $2.99.
It just yeah. See, that's what's it's creeping up. It's creeping up, and
that's from Palmetto.
That's from Palmetto. It's creeped up. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Here we go. WK said did not cancel commercial orders. They took flack on and recanted and said they did not and said they did not, but distributors still cannot place orders with Lake City. So yeah, they didn't cancel any orders. They just everything is in
a minimum that they have to make for the government, and if they don't make that minimum, they don't sell to.
They lose the contract.
Right,
and then the government is saying fund supply Israel right now. Right.
But that's the way it's been before. Winchester had it. There was another company that had it, and everybody gets that same deal. I don't know why they have, because they only have 3 plants.
Yeah. They use the plant and all the tooling in there, and they just put their name on there for the contract. Long Dread, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah. So that's what's going on in that world. So pick up ammunition. 22 is still cheap. I say make a run on that if you can buy. They're selling 800 round bricks right now. Some companies are selling it for $40 a brick, and so you better jump on that. I know Palmetto was selling it for those same. They were selling hollow points 800 rounds for $69, and so I mean you can't go wrong with 800 rounds for that price.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because what's going to happen is once we saw this before, once the high tier ammunition, the 5.56, the 9mm start rising, you'll see the 45 start rising, you see the 38 start rising, then the 44s, then the last thing that's going to start rising is the 22s. And because everybody's going to say, all right, screw all them, I'm just going to get 22s.
22.
Right. And you're not going to be able to find any 22.
It's happened before.
Yeah, it's happened before. So it's getting ready to happen again because all the new people don't know yet. They haven't figured out that the prices are creeping. But us old guys, we know what's happening. So we're trying to warn you and tell you guys, get a jump on it and do it now. Because if you don't, you're going to be hurting later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The other thing, too, is that they're trying to make shooting sports an aristocratic event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the rich man.
Right. If you don't have X amount of dollars, I heard a guy say the other day, bro, he don't practice because that's a waste of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
And
he said that?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's stupid.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. He said, all you're doing is throwing bullets down range. Wow. I said, okay. He said
you can do that you can practice with 50 rounds. I don't understand that.
I don't
you know what I'm saying?
I cut those conversations as soon as I can.
Yeah. So WK reminded us 12 gauge and 20 gauge shotguns. That's another thing to stock up on too. Because shotgun shells are cheap, double our buck. So go ahead and jump on that. You know what I'm saying? And
this one, the next one.
This one, anybody buying 40 cal. Nobody. I don't even own it.
He said it's going to stay the same. But I will say this, Long Dread, and you know this. All the times we had issues with ammunition, you could always find 40.
Yeah.
So I keep a 40 caliber barrel that I convert one of my Glocks in back and forth.
I got rid of all my 40, so maybe I need
one just in case.
One.
He knows.
Yeah, Yeah.
We had a buddy that only exclusively shot 40, and one of these events that we went through with low ammo, he had no problems.
Right. Right. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
all right. So with that, with the ammunition problems, it's like, how do you start getting into reloading ammunition right now?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are saying, well, with these ammunition prices, maybe I need to get them reloading. Same thing happened the last time we went through this ammo shortage. A lot of people were trying to get into reloading, and they were realizing the prices were a little high. And because if you're going to get into reloading now, you have you have the internet that can help you. You got
Yeah.
YouTube. I don't know if YouTube still allow those videos, but I know a lot of the manufacturers
The
got their instruction.
formers, the forums have it as well.
Right.
There are a lot of forums out there.
Reddit is another place for useful information. The
Hmm.
manufacturers of the powder has data and videos.
Hmm.
Dylan, Lee, and Hornady have.
AR-15,
Hmm?
AR-15.com has a whole forum dedicated to reloading.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And some of them have, like, if you buy a Dylan, Hornady, or a Lee, you can go to their website and they'll show you how to set that thing up.
Hmm.
And and you can ask questions and all types of other stuff. Now, in the reloading era, it was always a thing to, if you was going to get into reloading, you had to burn a certain amount of ammunition in order to get your money back. When I first got into reloading, I got into reloading in the 80s. We didn't have the internet. So
You
how
barely
I
had telephones.
yeah, we barely had cell phones. I didn't even have a cell phone.
Hmm.
So how I got into it was I went to a flea market and I bought a box of, it was a reloading kit. I don't even know if I can't even remember the name of the kit. And it was for shotguns. I paid $20 for it. I got a whole case of 3-inch brand new shells with primers. Um, I got wads. I got filler material. I got um, even pellets. And only thing I didn't have was powder. So I had to go to the gun show and figure out what type of powder and how to do this so I wouldn't blow
Hmm.
myself up.
Right.
So what I did, I stood around the reloading table because a guy at the reloading table, I asked him how to read this book, the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
reloading Bible. He just looked at me like, I'm not gonna help you. So so I had to stop every old guy that came through and ask him, can you help me and show me how to read this book? At least 5 dudes just walked off from me, dude.
Wow.
And finally, one old dude said, come here, son. Picked up a book and showed me how to read the book and did all that stuff. And I thanked him. And he told me, get this powder. You need to get these primers. And here's what you need to get started. And then I bought the book from the dude and I asked the dude, I said, why you couldn't just tell me this? I was going to buy the damn book. You know what I'm saying?
Back then, it was like magic. It
Yeah.
was. Everybody had their formulas and their little recipes that they didn't want to share with anybody.
They didn't
Then
want it.
when the advent of the internet became pervasive for all of us, all of a sudden you got guys bragging about you run it like this, do this, and then where
Mhm.
were you? Years ago.
Right. So in hindsight, I got into reloading back then. I bought a progressive Lee press and hung with that for a long time. Then doing I think it was like 10 years now. I bought my Dillon 650, and I've been on the Dillon 650 ever since. And I should have bought that thing years ago. I don't know why it took me so long to buy it, but that was the best buy I ever bought in my entire life. But now I have dyes, I have powders, I can do any caliber. I can do from pistols all the way up to rifles. I still have a shotgun reloader. I updated the one I had before, and I don't reload shotgun shells like I used to. I used to experiment a lot with those. Never blew up a gun. Never Yes, you're gonna have a squib loading pistol. Everybody does that, but I never blow one up. And but I follow the data and the Bible to the T. I never go over it. I never experiment, and because and it's just something. If you live by the Bible, you can't blow yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So there's
Yeah.
one thing that I wanted to say right before we get started. There's, from my knowledge, and I don't know if 704, I'm sorry, 702 actually reloads, but WK, yourself, and Long Dread are long term reloaders that I personally know.
hmm
So this is good.
So,
This would be a good conversation.
and Laundry said it takes years and years to start saving money and reloading. How I save money, I was shooting 1,000 rounds about every month and a half. So that money, I was recouping that money back in 6 months. So for me, yeah, I got my money back. You know,
Right, but if you're a shooter, if you're
yeah,
like shooting competitions or avid, what is it, trap and skeet,
hmm
you're talking about with the shotgun cells. But a lot of times when other guys get involved, it takes a little while because they're weekend warriors. They may shoot twice a month, and that's
now
doing good. Some of these
now
guys are shooting twice a year.
let me give the cheat code. The cheat code is go to Facebook Marketplace, type in reloading, and you will be surprised on what you see. What's there is people who are passed away, people who are retiring, people who are moving, is selling reloading gear. So much of it is already set up. Some of it, you may get powder, you may get primers, you may get projectiles, you may get casings, you may get two presses for the price of one. It is so much stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and it will blow your mind that you can save so much money by buying these presses. And you can even buy, like, some person was selling over $5,000 to $6,000 worth of gear, and they were selling it for $2,000. And they had two different press. You could have sold one press and
Mm,
still had enough money to recoup.
right.
You know, so start place, Facebook Marketplace. That's where you're gonna go look for first to look for a press. Or you can even go on eBay and look for a press. They sell used presses. Don't be afraid to buy a used press if it's your first press. My first press when I first started was a used press.
So how do you?
And
What about the manufacturers? Are they good with customer service? Similar, like say, like for the epitome Glock, and we both agree with that.
Hornady and Dillon, I know for a fact, give lifetime warranties on their equipment. And but the problem is so many people are trying to get into reloading. It's a long wait for parts right now.
Mm,
So Lee doesn't. You got to pay for all your parts, and I don't know if the what's the green press? I can't think of the green press. Somebody will name it, and I don't know if they give a lifetime warranty. But
yeah, Long Dread said most of them do.
yeah, most of them give lifetime warranties.
Yeah, I mean, the machinery is built quality built across the board. Even the lower level stuff is still good stuff.
Yeah, you still got to do maintenance on it. You got to keep it oil. You got to fill up your oil reservoirs. You got to keep the dust off of it and all types of other stuff. You know, um, WK, he started saving money the first day he began reloading. When he started, it cost me $4.80 to reload a box of 50 of 9 millimeter in 2016. Today, in 2023, it's up to $7.80 a box. That's still a good deal because right now,
Is that
what is 9 millimeter going for? Almost
If you
$24 a box.
no 11.
18, 11 is 11. Okay,
If you look around, if you go to a box
Jack
store, you're
store.
probably paying $13, $14, but it's about
Yeah,
still a good savings.
right. And
7 bucks.
Laundrette said
The warranty
the
is transferable.
warranty is transferable. I use two Hornady press, so okay. Yeah, here it is. RCBS is the green press, and I never really bought an RCBS. because they always back in the day they all had single stages, and I never liked the single stage, and so always wanted a progressive, and I just that single stage
Well,
stuff.
talk about the difference what you just said between a single and a progressive.
Right. Single stage is when you'll set it up to deprime all one caliber at the same time.
Okay.
Then you got to reset it to prime all one caliber at the same time. Then you go ahead and reset it to put your dies on to seat your die. Then you got to reset it to go back and to crimp your die. So it's a lot of movement in and out of that single stage. The single stage is one time pump, then move that casing out. One time pump, move that casing out. If you have a progressive, that's a wheel, a carousel, and it'll have 5 to 6 stages on that carousel, and it'll drop the casing, it'll deprime it for you, it'll reprime it, it'll put powder in it, it'll come back down to, then you can put the bullet on it, then it'll seat the bullet for you, and then it can crimp the bullet for you, then dumps out. So you'll be doing all these actions to do it in the carousel motion. Like my when I had a Lee, it was taking me maybe about a couple hours to do maybe 100 rounds or something like that. Slow press, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a Dillon, in a 4-hour period, Dillon 650, I can pump out 800 rounds.
Wow. In
a 4-hour period. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cranking. That's not going fast. This is taking your time.
Right.
Because this thing is a well-oiled machine. Once you get it set up and well-tuned, and I think Hornady is the same way. Once you get Hornady set up perfectly, you can just start paying attention to your powder drop, paying attention to your primers, and just keep right on going. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can 800 rounds in 4 hours is a lot of rounds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
but so when you talk about that, like you were talking about the new person just getting involved, and it may or may not immediately show results, but at the same time, what I think about powder is that you learn so much more about the internal workings as well as the external workings of not only the bullet but your firearm, because you definitely, and I know WK has done it in reference to shooting and making power factors while using your own remanufactured ammunition or reloaded.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen it, and the reason why I have experience being around this game, I've seen it where guys make their own ammo and they can't knock down a piece of steel.
Right. I was one of them.
See, and they make it so light because they don't want that recoil, because they want to get that second shot. They're great on everything else, but when it comes to steel, it's like ting, and they may be first, but it doesn't fall.
I almost got caught, but I was barely making powder factor, and I bought a chronograph, and you had to shoot over, I think it was in between 950 and 1200 feet per second, and so I was barely shooting over the max feet per second. And so every time I was shooting...
The max or the minimum?
The minimum. Okay. And so every time I would shoot the steel wouldn't fall. So they had to come back out and recalibrate the steel.
Right.
And they said, well, we calibrated, and you're and I was like, it's not working for me. I just passed the calibration station. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
I've seen it because you know what happens. We always error on the. It got to be the setup. It got to be the setup. We give a chance.
Oh, they came out and recalibrated that thing just for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I've been at matches, been assistant director, and we always defer. And everything, the equipment's wrong. Something's wrong with the equipment. But if it happens again, we got to check that gun one more time.
So, if you're going to get into reloading, you got to think about, first thing you're going to buy is a press. So don't buy a brand new press, because right now they don't have any. And try to find a used press. The manufacturers I say stick with is Dillon and Hornady only, and stay away from Lee. Stay away from the single stage. They're good to have a single stage once you get more experience. Get with the single stage, and because you can do a lot with a single stage from different types of rifles and calibers. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with that. But if you get yourself a nice, good press, make sure you have a digital scale, because you need to be able to put that digital scale and weigh your bullets and make sure they're all the same. You need to be able to take that digital scale and weigh your test powder loads and make sure it's the same before you actually do your final check. It's a lot of checking you got to do. If you're not attention to detail, when you get in there and start doing this stuff, you got to be serious about it. You can't be playing around. Don't be having no music going, TV going. Definitely don't be smoking.
Oh, so all those videos we watch on YouTube, you don't recommend that? And the videos on Instagram,
What's that?
you never seen them where they playing music and pumping it?
Oh no, I don't recommend that, because every single guy is doing that. It's not checking their powder load when they go in there. That's how you get a squib. You know what I'm saying? So I always, every bullet that comes through, I have a flashlight that's going in the casing, and I look and make sure that powder load is where it's supposed to be. Then I throw that bullet on there. And if you don't, and a lot of these guys, they do that all the time. I know some guys who used to do that, and they blew up their guns, or they get squibs on the range. Right. So, don't trust your equipment that trusting. Let's see. Make sure you can get powder. The most common use powder for 9mm is tight group. It burns a semi-clean, but you're gonna get a high pressure weight on a little bit of powder. So the bigger the bullet for the 9mm, the less powder you use. So like 147, you use 3.5 grains up to a 4.0 grains. That's max. And you'll never go over the max with the bullet. If you do, you're gonna blow your gun up. So get you some good
information.
Oh, that's all in the Bible. Everything's in the Bible. Everything's in the Bible. Also, too, you're gonna have to find out where you're gonna be able to get powder locally at a good price. A pound of tight group, you can get 4,000 rounds through a pound of tight group. 4,000 rounds. So don't waste a lot of powder. Okay. And so try to buy powder if you can find it locally. If you can't find it locally, you have to order it in bulk. And because they're going to charge you a hazmat fee plus the shipping fee. And the same with primers. If you can buy your primers at the same place online, do that, because you have to pay a hazmat fee. Primer locally, get it locally first. And it'll save you at least $100 and something for shipping and hazmat fee. So it's because it's just going to raise your prices up when you're trying to produce. Now, let's see. WK was said, regardless if you get a reloading press now or later, the two biggest things right now is powder and primers. That's right. That's the hardest thing. You have to figure out how much you're going to get these primers for. Primers used to cost, what was it, $1.25 per 100. I think they're running up to $7 per 100. So that's locally. And then now you're getting ready to spend all that money on them on the internet, and they're going to charge you that shipping fee and the hazmat fee, and they're going to really kill you. Casings, where are you going to get your casings at? Casings can be used hundreds of times. Don't listen to a lot of these fools. They're talking about they reload their ammunition and they'll throw their casings away because it's been reloaded once or twice. Yeah. Don't throw those casings away. Save them if you can. When you go to those indoor ranges, besides a couple of local ranges we go to, pick up those cases and keep them. everybody else's cases, pick them up and keep them.
Always sort them out.
Yeah, or if you can buy brass from a brass distributor locally, you can find that on Facebook marketplace too. People selling brass and buy it in bulk, and and just hold on to it, keep it, and because if you can save money on anything, try to save it on brass. Um, Inspect your brass, and then we'll get in all that in the next show. But also projectiles. Where are you going to get your projectiles from?
Right.
You're going to try to save money on projectiles. You're going to order them online, but a lot of places do. Some of the local shops do sell them locally. Projectiles. Be careful on the pricing because a lot of these places are gouging you. A lot of guys, and if you get on a lot of these groups, a lot of these guys make their own projectiles, and you can probably get with some of them, and they can make you some coated bullets for a decent price. You know what I'm saying? Let them get the lead poisoning, and you just buy the lead. You know what I'm saying? You buy in bulk. You're always going to buy in bulk. You're not going to buy. Stop thinking cheap. When you're going to go in there, I'm just going to get 1 pound of powder. No, you're going to get 4 pounds of powder because it's going to be it's more cheaper to just keep it and store it that way. You're going to buy bullets. You're going to buy, instead of buying a box of bullets at 50, you're going to buy 1,500 things of projectiles. You know what I'm saying? You're going to buy primers. Instead of buying a 100 thing of primers, you're going to buy 1,000 to 3,000 primers. You see what I'm saying? Always buy in bulk. Buy now and save later, because the market fluctuate on that stuff, and you don't know if you can find it at a good price right now, and go ahead and get it and hold on to it, because you don't know what is reloading is going to look like down the road.
Right.
And Laundrette said brass casings I don't use. Yeah, that's right. Don't use steel casing. Right. Steel casing would tear up your dies. They will destroy your dies completely. So do not even use steel casings in your dies. They will chip them. They will shred them, and they're not good on your dies at all. Those dies are not made for steel. So all brass is good. So pay particular attention to that. You know, you can get yourself a magnet and sort that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But that's some more advanced stuff. But right now, we're just trying to get you guys started. Mm-hmm. And let's see, what else did I miss, guys? Come on, help me out, WK and Laundrette. Did I miss anything? And you gotta buy a reloading book.
That's what I was asking you earlier. You kept saying the Bible, and I'm like, bro,
that's the Bible.
Tell them, right?
That's the Bible.
Right.
My reloading book. I have several reloading books, but there's one I use continuously, and that reloading book I got. If I should have grabbed it. It's in the garage, but it's got Post-it notes on it. It's got highlights in it. If you take to the back cover on the inside, I got notes in there from my own data and experimenting. You know, I call it the Bible because I read it. I constantly read this thing. Even when I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start, like if I start reloading right now, I'll take my Bible out, make sure all my numbers are set. And I check my pressed out, make sure every number is exactly where it's supposed to be before I even start. I'll weigh my projectiles. I'll weigh my my first powder charges for the first 3 bullets to come through. I dump the bullets out. I weigh them all out and make sure it's hitting up to the first 5. Then I'll start skipping after that for the first 3.
So it's nothing like what we see on social media.
No, nothing like.
That don't seem fun. Them dudes be bouncing and dancing, man. They
don't show all the setup.
They don't see the show. Okay, all right.
They don't show all the setup. Yeah, he's laughing hard, Bible.
Right.
And let's see. Yep, WK said brass and nickel cases are the best. If you can find some nickel cases, you better hold on to them babies like gold. You know what I'm saying? And because nickel cases will last a long time. They'll last a lot longer than brass will. So you can find you some nickel cases, hang on to them, especially if you can find them in a smaller caliber like a 9 millimeter.
Right.
You can always find them in 338, 357, a lot of 45, but you can find them in 9 millimeter. Hang on to them and just keep them. Use those nickel cases for like your hollow points and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, was that Hornady and Lee reloading manuals are the best two
best.
manuals right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also too, if you go to Hornady, Lee, and RCBS, the website, sometimes they have reloading data that's on their website. I know Tight Group, Winchester, and a couple of the other powder manufacturers, they'll have reloading data on their website that you can research, and it's updated to the current stuff. So now the old data is still good. There's nothing wrong with the old data, but they do upload some of the new data on there. Like if there's a new powder come out of the powder takes a chemical change, and you may want to have the new data. Now each and every powder case or pound or even 8 pound, I have the reloading data that's right on the side of the
Container.
the container, so you can read it from there. So it's no excuse to get this thing wrong. You just gotta read. Gotta read. Yes, a good reading book is essential. Reloading book. Yeah, it's essential. Yeah, it is. You gotta have one. I mean, it's definitely a must. Now you can get into all the other little things. You got your okay, hold on. Yep, a good scale and a brass sorter. Yep. Stainless steel pins, rotary spinner. Yeah, let's get into cleaning brass. Let's talk about that too. And even use a dehydrator for to dry brass. Yep. I bought a dehydrator to dehydrate brass.
To dry your brass.
Yeah, and he said some calibers. You gotta have some calibers. It's a must. Digital calibers. You can get them real cheap off of eBay or Amazon. Gotta have digital calibers. Now, reloading brass, you'll get it dirty. You can reload brass dirty. It will not hurt, but it will create a not a clean powder factor for you, because it may be some debris or something like that inside those casings. And so you always want a clean case, so you'll get the consistency of that powder charge every single time. And that's why you clean your brass. And so you need to get a good tumbler. Some of these guys go with the walnut and the brass cleaner. I don't like media. You know what I'm saying? I wash all my brass with dishwashing detergent and some what else I put in there? I can't even think of a tablespoon of it's something else. Some kind of cleanser I put in there. But I wash 1,000 rounds at a time. I do gigantic Franklin drums, and I do 1,000 casings at a time. And I do 2,000 casings because I got 2 drums. And but it takes 45 minutes to wash and keeps it clean. Lemon shine. Thank you. Lemon shine and done. Yep. I knew somebody was gonna get it. Lemon shine and done. Yep. That stuff is, man, it keeps your casings so great and good and beautiful. WK said the Hogue Powder website has a lot of free reloading data, and for all the powders. Yeah, even the powder they don't even make, they have it on there, So they want everybody to be safe and know this stuff, because it helps them out. WK said walnut and corn media with brass polish. That's the way he cleans his brass. I don't like it because of the dust. And I'm, when it comes to the dust, but it makes it runs it clean. You just have to change your media out because your media turns into dust after a while, and you got to change it out and put some fresh stuff in there. But I just take the casings, put some Dawn and lemon shine, fill it up with water and let it run for 45 minutes. And I don't even put any steel media in there, no ball bearings, no nothing. And it comes out clean as, I don't know what. Then I just let it air dry. And summertime, I just stick it outside, and let the sun evaporate all the water off of it. And it's perfect. But the only problem when you wash your media, you got to take it and because it has no oil on it, I have to take it and spray some. What do I spray on it? I can't even think of the stuff. I can see the can. One of you guys know. WK, I know what you're talking about. I spray on it, and it treats the casing so the casings don't get caught up inside the dyes. You know what I'm saying? And I spray the dyes too. And
Like a graphite?
no, it's not graphite. It's a $12 can of some. Come on, guys, help me out here. $12 can of you spray all your casings with. You know, very expensive, a little small can. I should go grab it. It's sitting out in the garage, but I'm not gonna do it. And yep, there it is. Hot shot dry lube. There it is. Thank you, WK. We have to wait on the delay for them to get it. And yeah, you just spray your casing with some dry lube. I throw a bunch of casings in a cup and I shake them and spray them with some dry lube. Then throw them in the hopper so the hopper will drop them down. I do that so they don't get stuck in my in my dyes. You know what I'm saying? Because they will get stuck. He said Laundrette used Hornady lube spray to lube the cases and dyes. Ooh, look at you, my man. I never tried the Hornady stuff. I wonder, is it cheaper than the Hot Shot dry lube? Probably, because that Hot Shot dry lube is like $12 a can. You know, and kick this off as I caught it.
Woo! You paying attention.
I caught it.
Like, what the hell was that?
Is the Hornady dry lube? That's why I need to look up and see if it's cheaper than
Hot Shot.
Hot Shot. Because like I said, Hot Shot's $12 a can. I haven't been able to find anything cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I ended up buying at least. You don't need much of that Hot Shot dry lube. I mean, it's you're not using a lot when you use it. You just put it in there, shake it, boom, 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 spray it, boom, you're done. You're just getting a light mist coat on the stuff. That's all you're doing. You're not saturating it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can also take and spray inside your dyes. You know what I'm saying? And coat the inside of them. And you can do the same thing with that. Yes. I always say it sounds about the same. Yeah. On the price. Yeah. And but it's a lot of stuff if you're gonna get into reloading, you just can't start cranking out rounds right away. You're gonna have to learn how to set up your die, your press, and like I said, a lot of these websites, if you go to the manufacturer's website, Hornady or Dylan, they have downloadable videos you can download and you can save them, and it'll help you set up your die. And if you don't, get in one of those groups and see if you can find somebody locally to come over and help set it up too. And a lot of reloaders will help each other out. Just don't be a dick about it. Once you get it set up, you know what I'm saying? Like some people I know, and people are stupid. But yeah, it's something to get into. It can save you a lot of money in the long run. But if you're planning on getting into reloading, doing an ammo crunch, good luck. Because it's going to cost you more to get into reloading than it will to just buy the ammunition at a decent price. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right now, we got Veterans Day coming up this Saturday. So they have all types of veteran sales. So law enforcement, veterans, you can get discounts if you go into a lot of these gun stores and just ask if they do discounts. If they don't buy anything from them. You know what I'm saying? But you find places that have places that sell ammunition is not on sale to veterans and law enforcement. Um, what's that place you work at now? Um, well, Academy.
Yeah.
Academy does discounts to law enforcement, and they will be doing a discount to veterans this Veterans Day. So everybody has an academy that's you in the South. Go there and buy, some ammunition. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of places have discounts online. If you buy over $49, you can get free shipping. Still, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta quit being cheap. You got to spend the money if you want to play this game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's not cheap. Go to gundeals.com if you want to look at buying regular bulk ammunition. I haven't seen any pages for reloading stuff that you can find for powder and stuff. I really haven't researched it. There's only a few places I buy powder from um, and projectiles from, so I just go to those sites, and I save a lot of money. But when I don't need projectiles, I still buy them.
You should.
Yeah. Like this weekend, they're gonna have
And
Veterans Day.
primers.
Yeah, they're gonna have Veterans Day sales. I'll be buying reloading stuff just to have it. You know what I'm saying? So you get in the habit of doing that.
It's almost the same as what we try to explain to some of the new people who are buying ammunition.
Mhm.
Don't wait till you need it to go looking for it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't wait till you need it. Yeah, get it now and save. If you think you're gonna get into reloading, start saving your brass. That's how you start. That's your first thing you need to start doing. Start saving brass. Go down to Home Depot, Lowe's, and buy some 5-gallon buckets, and just start dumping brass in there when you go shoot. Get your friends' brass. Get everybody's brass.
Yep.
Bring it home, little bag. If you shoot competition, start grabbing brass and throw it in the 5-gallon bucket until you fill up that bucket. Buy another one. Fill up that bucket. Buy another one. Just keep filling them up. That's how you start. Then once you get your press, you already got brass. Let's see. Laundrette. I started about 3 months before Sandy Hook. Got my press, dyes, and essentials, then ammunition.
Ammunition
Crash came, and I
couldn't
find
find
powder and primers at the price that
That
wasn't going to
gouge.
gouge for like a year. Yeah, yeah.
But I think that was about what 2015, somewhere around there.
And when that hit, I was still cranking, boy. I had ammunition up to yin yang. I was good. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already reloading. Didn't hurt me one bit. I kept right on shooting competition. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, guys in the competition world was selling projectiles across only competition people. We were getting powder to just the competition people. We was getting primers through just the competition people. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a little network within the network, and we were saving money.
Yeah, because
And,
especially if you're a sponsor shooter, they have connections.
Yeah, and they were hooking everybody up. We were still getting powder, 1 pound things, a tight group powder at $30 a pound.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else was paying, or they couldn't even find it.
Yeah.
I was buying primers at $40 per 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Projectiles. We was getting projectiles. Guys was buying it by the pallets. You know what I'm saying? And we're just, oh man, let me get it by 4. You didn't buy a box. You was like, let me get a couple thousand. 2,000-3,000. You know what I'm saying? And you save money. So you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you also got to pay attention to what's going on at the time.
You got to pay attention. Yep. You got to stop voting for those 2 clowns we just had on TV because they're gonna take your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to what's going on in the world
And if
right
they don't
now.
take it, they'll slow it down.
Oh, we just found out Ukraine's going to probably be ending soon. They losing the war. We always knew they were losing the war. United Nations just called for Ukraine to surrender. and that guy, the president, he just stopped all his elections in the country, and he's trying to tell them, "Give me credit, and I will beat them." No, you're not beating them. The average soldier over there in Ukraine is 40 years old. They got old men over there fighting now. They done ran out of all the young men. It's over. So, one country, and then you already pulled and money. So we'll probably get AKs here pretty soon. Back and forth if they can figure that out, so they won't be so expensive. And but like I said, the war in Israel, that's going to take a hit on us, and it's going to take a hit right around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's coming fast. It's coming very fast. We have I think we'll have about maybe 2 or 3 weeks before this thing really hit us hard. Because all the newbies don't know what's going on, and so they go out there and they see a box. You guys know 556 per case. It just went up to $600 now, and so they see that $600, and that's some of these guys. They're well off. They'll go out and buy 5 or 6 cases like it's nothing. Put it on their black credit card and like, oh, I got ammo. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up drying up supply because they're going to panic buy, dry up the supply, and the Rangers are going to see, well, this guy paid $600 per case. Guess what? The next guy is going to pay $800 per case because we don't have that many cases left. So the new people are going to hurt it for everybody else because they're going to panic buy, and they're going to buy it at the inflated price. The same thing that's going to happen at the gun shows. So that's how you get started into reloading.
Yeah. Thumbnail sketch.
Okay. What you got?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm saying that what we just went over is a way to get in. It's not all inclusive, but it's definitely plus. You get you started. As you mentioned, go used. Reach out. Make sure you get a Bible. Reach out to people who already know how to do it and get advice from them.
Right.
Those are the keys.
And you got to learn to humble yourself in that reloading. Don't have an ego. That you're too good to listen to somebody. I mean, you got to listen to somebody and take notes when you talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And because if you mess yourself up, you can lose a gun, you can lose a hand, you can lose an eye. Yeah. I mean, you can even blow yourself up on your press too. So be very particular about that. Don't be leaving a lot of loose powder around on your press. Keep your press clean. Get your air compressor. If you don't have an air compressor, get you a can air, blow the extra powder and stuff off your press. Because if you get a primer that explode on that press, you don't want that primer to be igniting that loose powder all around that press and going up into your powder horn and blowing you up. Yeah, do that. Yep, there you go. Yep. That is the biggest mistake you can make. Do not vacuum up your powder.
See,
you will be creating a small bomb if you vacuum clean your powder. It vaporized that powder and changed that component in that powder, that chemical alchemy into that powder, and vaporizes and put it into that vacuum cleaner. And guess what's in that vacuum cleaner? Electric. And that electric sparking, and it's gonna blow up. And you're gonna blow yourself up in your garage. You're gonna blow your room up or whatever. You're gonna blow yourself up. I don't even use a vacuum cleaner around my press. So I just blow it up, get it someplace, and you sweep it and keep it clean and throw it in the trash. Get it away from here. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't want to do that, just throw it in your yard. It'll help the grass because of nitrate. So yeah. Keep all your deprime primers because you can sell them as brass. Don't throw them away. So, and let's see what else. And get your bullet puller. So if you mess up some rounds, put the wrong powder charge in them, you messed them up. You can get your bullet puller, this little hammer, put your bullet in there, and you can take it apart and save it and redo it. Also, too, in your first time you're doing a powder load, only load about 5 to 10 rounds, then take them to the range and test them. Don't load 100 of this powder load and realize they won't work. And now you got over 100 that don't work. Just load you about 5 or 10, go down to the local range, test them out, then you're good to go. Start out on a low powder load first. Do not go with a high powder load and work your way back. Go low, then work up.
Increments. Because I see guys out at South River do that all the time. You see them. We're out there for 2-3 hours. You see this guy pull up, get out the truck, put up a target, fire 5 rounds, get back in the truck, and gone.
Yep, he's testing.
He just came to test it. And he lives locally. Just come, make sure it's not going to blow nothing up.
Yep. He's been there and done that. Yep.
Get out, just go take 10 rounds, pop. Like, well, damn, he's just set up. And then next you turn back around, he's gone. Like, wow.
Right. Test your stuff. Yep. Don't make that mistake. And if you do make that mistake, don't throw away those cases and those bullets. Don't throw them in the trash. You can get you a bullet tool, and you can just sit there and take them all apart. It's going to take you a while, but you'll learn your lesson. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can save it, or you can reuse the bullets. You can reuse the casing. They already got primers in them. Just bypass the deprimering stage and put powder back in them and put the bullet back in and recrimp them, reuse them. You know what I'm saying? They work. Yeah. Just got to take the bullets. If they're 115s, just make sure you put them in a 115 bucket with a 115 on them, and don't mix them up. You know what I'm saying? And if you do mix them up, just make sure you weigh them and get the size. Oh, we did not talk about the calibers. What you need to buy the calibers for, because bullets.
Part 2.
No, yeah, but that's a part of buying. You got to have a caliper. I know it's part 2, but you got to have a caliper. And the caliper is to measure the distance of the bullet. It's got to be a certain distance of length. And if it's below that, it's going to cause a problem. And if it's longer than that, it's going to cause a problem. So it's got to be, that's why you need the calibers. What's up, Reggie? Glad you made it in. Hey, all right, we're going to go ahead and end this show. We've been talking enough, and appreciate you guys stopping through. If you guys haven't paid attention yet, buy ammunition, because ammunition's on the rise. We got a class coming up November 18th. Gear, was it? What's the class? Damn, I can't even think.
Tactical gear.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, rifle and tactical gear class coming up November 18th. We only take 6 people for that class. It's a good class. You're going to learn how to fight by yourself and as a team. You can't bring 22s to that class. You got to have conversion kits. We're on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, and still on Kick. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and Rumble.
Yes.
We appreciate everybody on Rumble and YouTube that's been following the show and making our numbers grow. We really appreciate it. And but the guys on Rumble are still kicking YouTube's ass. So thank you. Yes. Anything you got, Al?
Yep. Support the Second Amendment.
Yep. Support the Second Amendment, and we'll see you in the range.
See you on the range, guys.
Hey.